Hello, everyone. We're joined by Hofstra Associate Head Coach Hava Davis following his team's 3-0 win over William & Mary. Hava, if you could just start us with some opening thoughts on today's match, please.
Yeah, I thought we executed really well at times. We did some really great stuff. And I think we got a little bit tight towards the end, but found a way to come away with a victory. It was a really nice thing to see the team executing well in some areas. And, we've identified some things that we need to clean up, but really fun to see them play together. And we got the exciting news midway through the match that Coach Emily had her kid, and they got pretty excited about that too. So I'm sure the emotions were running pretty high.
If you could touch on, before we start with the questions, probably the most complete match of the year for Anna Martinovich. I don't know if you'd agree. 17 kills, 9 digs, and just kind of controlled you, especially in the serve receive. Can you touch on her match today?
Yeah, she had a great match. I mean, she's had a great weekend actually for her offense. It's bounced back tremendously following a couple of not maybe great or up to her standard performances. But we lean on her and her senior leadership when things go a little bit sideways for us. And she did a great job today of just managing the offense, managing the defense, and the expectations and behavior of the team. Her passing is always good. She's always great with passing. We rely on her big time. And between she and Kiara probably take up about 80% of our passing. But she just was really, really consistent today and played a little bit more aggressively on offense than I think we've seen her recently.
If you have questions for Coach Davis, use the raise your hand feature in Zoom, and I'll call on you. Our first question will be from Eddie. Eddie, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. First off, congratulations on your first win. Outside of Anna Martinovich, we had Athena Dvorkin have a monster game as well with 11 kills and 5 blocks. Can you speak about her performance today?
Yeah, I think she had a great weekend as well. I think we did some things that allowed her to get some balls, maybe that we haven't done previously. Big part of that is our serve receive passing. But she also worked hard in transitions from blocking to being an attacker, and that allowed her to get some open looks and some swings on balls that maybe she hasn't in the past. So it was a really nice thing to see her working that hard in transition. And the offensive part for her is just, a big part of her game.
Just a quick update. As much as I'd like to say Hava Davis is the all-time winningest coach in NCAA history, today's win does go to Coach Mansour per NCAA discretion. But her next question goes to Kayla.
Hi, Coach. Congratulations on the win today. Obviously, as you mentioned, a little close there at the end of the third set. What was that final adjustment that you guys made in that last timeout that kind of helped the team catch up and then ultimately get the win in set 3?
It was mostly just resetting ourselves mentally and getting back to playing good disciplined volleyball. I think a big part of what makes Hofstra successful a lot and offensively very powerful is our serve receive and our passing. And we just said, hey, let's get back to basics. Let's be really good on a few things. First thing being our first contact and making sure our setter can set our hitters. We have good hitters, but if you don't pass well, you end up with only one attacker, and it's really hard for one attacker to put a ball away against a good block and a set defense. And so that was really more than anything, just kind of the focus is just get back to basics and execute simple things really well.
Hava, obviously everything's about the team and about the win today, but if you could talk about personally what today meant for you, kind of stepping in, helping Emily out, obviously with her out of action, but you kind of stepped into a different role today. Could you talk about that for a moment?
Yeah, I actually tried not to put too much emphasis or thought on it going in, just because it is a big deal. You're stepping into someone's shoes, and they're trusting you with this thing that they've helped or that they've created or built as a program or as a culture or anything else. And so you don't want to screw it up. So I tried to put that out of my head and just say, hey, I'm just doing the job that she would do, not trying to do anything else, and focus more on the job at hand than anything else. But it's nice for me to know that she trusts me and the coaching staff enough that we can get the job done. I mean, she didn't have a choice as far as having a kid, but it's good that she trusts us enough to take over during a match and trust us to get a win for her. So it was fun. And again, we got the great news in the middle of the match. So that was great too.
Kayla, go ahead.
So you talked about the team having a really strong weekend, especially in terms of consistency. This is the first sweep that you guys have had in conference play so far. What do you think, just wrapping up the weekend, was the team's kind of strongest aspect that you're really happy with?
I actually think we did two things really well. One that we normally do really well, which is offense. I thought we were pretty efficient with our offense. I don't know exactly our numbers leading up to this point, but I think on the season, or at least in the CAA, we're hitting maybe 189 as a team. And this weekend we hit over 300 as a team. So offensive efficiency was great to see. The other part was the blocking. And that's something that we're not always great at. We were a little bit streaky sometimes, but we did a really nice job blocking them and stopping some of their players. A few of them got more kills than we would have liked today, but overall, our blocking efficiency was pretty good on the weekend.
Well, Hava, congratulations on the win. Congratulations to Emily, and we'll talk to you again soon.
My pleasure. Thank you all.
Have a great day.